again, we're here to talk today about cultural diversity. Where? Specifically in the workplace. You know that in America, we live in a place that is known as the melting pot. Why is that? Because there are a great deal of different cultures that enrich our daily lives. And we can find a sample of those in our workplace. When we go to the grocery store, when we're out walking our dog. Cultural diversity is as normal as wearing glasses or wearing a t-shirt. Whatever you think is normal, cultural diversity makes us all richer. But it's very important to keep it in mind in the workplace. Now, what are the points of this particular mission? We need to understand the role of cultural diversity in the workplace so that we can make a wider sense of tolerance and respect toward other cultures and races, political points of view, to improve our consistent customer service. Not only are we talking about the outer customer, the external customer, right, the client, but we're talking about the inner client as well. These are your coworkers, the people you are with day to day. We also have to review the company-approved policies when it comes to cultural diversity and analyze moments in which cultural diversity might have an impact in our day-to-day activities. Now let's define cultural diversity. Cultural diversity, as defined by The Balance, you can see the link at the bottom of your screen, is when there are differences in population. And these differences in population are well represented within a community. Now we could be talking about race, ethnicity, age, ability, language, nationality, socioeconomic status, gender, religion, social and sexual orientation. The gamut is so great, it is wonderful, because that means we are exposed to many different people from many different cultures and many different ways of life. This group, if it's wide enough and diverse enough, it's going to enrich our workplace in an innumerable way. There are pros and cons. You might think, oh, we have to take this or that under consideration. The truth is, we couldn't think of any cons. We couldn't think of any negative aspects of cultural diversity. We get a wider range of points of view. We have different approaches when it comes to problem solving. Different groups or ethnicities or religions may come to think of problem solving in different ways. So this makes it great because we have a chance to explore different possibilities. There's an effect on functionality. There are diverse experiences. It's culturally rich and it increases our capacity to adapt to new situations. So as you can see, it's great to have cultural diversity in the workplace. Now, I said there were no cons. I didn't say it was easy. There are challenges. There's people that don't like change. There's people that fear the unknown. I don't know what this religion is about. There's a lot of misconception and stereotypes about different genders, different sexual orientations. It wasn't too long ago in history that there was segregation because white people could not be together with black people. And that wasn't too long ago. We're talking about the 60s. So as you can see, history has evolved, and we have to evolve as well, so that we can explore that great, vast world that we have around us, and that we have so much diversity in our island, in our country, in our workplace. We have to enjoy that. Now, there are people that say, oh, I have to be politically correct, or, oh, the company is not going to accept X or Y because, no. We're here to assure you that OneCore is an equal opportunity employer. And our manual strictly specifies this, saying that we do not discriminate when it comes to hiring, when it comes to employment status, for candidates, existing employees, because of their race, their color, their sex, their civil status, social, national origin. Whatever the case, everyone is welcome at OneCore. We have no repairs. We love having a great diversity, and any discrimination that is found against anyone because of their background, because of their ethnicity, their religion, their political views, that person is subject to disciplinary actions of the most severe kind. And please feel free to approach us if you find that you're being discriminated against. Now, OneCore has diversity, but it has diversity in many different points. People think diversity and usually they think skin color or ethnicity. Truth is that there are different ethnicities, races. There's also different sexual orientations, political views, and even different religions. All of this makes our workplace, our company, richer, and we are very proud of all the diversity that we have. Now, let's think about cultural diversity, not just in OneCore, but in the world at large. How do we deal with situations every day successfully? Let's think back. And I'm sure that everyone is old enough to at least have some notion or remember, where were you on September 11th, 2001? What were you doing? Who were you with? Do you remember what images, hearing something on the news, hearing something on the radio? I clearly remember where I was and who I was with, what I was doing, and I remember seeing these images, which I will never in my life forget, and never in my life that I think I would see. I'm talking, of course, about the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center in New York City. Now, let's think about the effect that this had. In the population, unfortunately, the terrorist group associated with this attack was of an Islamic origin, and a lot of people turned against Muslims in these times. We have to make sure that we don't fall into stereotype following, that we can appreciate the diversity, different religions, and understand that we cannot judge one culture or one religion or one ethnicity because of the actions of just one individual. Right? We have to get to know the persons, and we have to get to know the groups, and we have to get to know the details behind all of this. It was sad to see that a lot of Muslims and a lot of Islamic related religions were discriminated against, were insulted because of these attacks. This is something that we cannot allow. And throughout history, we have even more recent problems and difficulties when we encounter movements that try to promote equality. Movements such as Black Lives Matter. These are all movements that try to create consciousness, create acceptance, and eliminate discrimination, racism. We have to be part of that force for change. Now, we need to avoid this cartoon. We focus on diversity. So we need to hire people that look different but think like me. That's not the point at all. Okay? Diversity feeds on thinking differently, of different ways of seeing things. This is very, very important. So what we need to strive to achieve is unity, is a peaceful exchange of information, of ideas, of views, while respecting everyone, but sharing on these points. And OneCore is a great promoter of cultural diversity, of respect, and we want you to be as well.